Hey Blard Nation, Blard's in the building. I'm looking hella fresh because I'm about to rank my top 10 best movies of the year. I'm not adding our mentions this year. I'm doing a separate list for ghost movies so they get a shot in their own video. And let's start with this list with number 10 spot comes Incredibles 2. I love the animations in this movie, the fight sequences. Jack as a baby makes some hilariously funny moments, and the relationship between Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl was really fun to watch, and they have very good chemistry. And this movie has everything. It's a family movie. It's an action movie. It's just well animated, and it's a lot of fun to watch. Incredibles 2, and my next spot. Game Night was the most surprising comedy movie of 2018. I was surprised how much I laughed throughout this movie. I was so surprised as how funny Jason, Batman, and Rachel Adams were in this film. They have great chemistry together and they carry this film. There's other side characters that made me laugh. There's funny moments in this film, and it's well paced and the length of the movie is perfect and the concept of the film is very fun to watch in the big screen. And yeah, overall a great movie. You should check it out at Game Night. And my next spot will be, I guarantee most people didn't put First Man on their list because they thought the movie was dull. But however, I thought this movie was intense. Ryan Gosling as Neil Armstrong and Claire Foy as his wife made some very emotional, touching moments. I wish the movie had a little more heart. That's only real flaw this movie really had. But every time Ryan Gosling is going up to space and the ship's door shaking, the shaky cam, you really feel the realistic feel of the spaceship going up to this rocket going to space and makes some really intense moments. Um, this movie's very serious because Ryan Gosling's character has a lot in his line to go to moon. Because if he doesn't make it, he's not gonna see his family no more. Which I really enjoyed that they took a very serious approach and didn't do really too much jokes in this film, and it just worked out very well. And Ryan Gosling is just fantastic actor. He's probably gonna make my list in 2019. I guarantee that. He made in 2017 and 2016, so why not 2019? My next movie will be. So Bumblebee was the last movie I saw in 2018, and it was the most surprising movie that I watched in 2018. Because this movie wasn't directed by Michael Bay, and it shows without Michael Bay how much they could actually do. They actually made a great Transformers movie. Haley Einstein's character, Charlie, and Bumblebee have fantastic chemistry. You really care about those two characters in this film. The action sequences were fantastic and one of the best in the year. I really like the CGI in this film. It worked for me, but the only thing I really have a criticism is the army people. I didn't find John Cena bad in this film. I thought he was good, but in his role, he was very generic. However, but regardless, this movie has a very steady pace. I never felt bored in this film, and I was always invested in the characters. And I feel this movie has so much rewatchability. I could watch this movie a million times and never get bored from it. Um, but the other six movies are just so much better than this film. But like, I really like Bumblebee. It's a great movie, a fun experience, and most shockingly good Transformers movie. And my next movie will be. Searching shows how dangerous the internet could be. The story of this film is fantastic. It's based on John Joy's character named David Kim, and his daughter goes missing and he's trying to find answers where his daughter is, and he's very vulnerable, very depressed, very broken because he really wants to find his daughter, and he uses the internet, tries his best, calls the cops, and he's trying his best to find his daughter because he loves her so much in this film, and you really feel the emotion and the raw attention in this film because every time a Google click happens, the music adds up in such a really intense way, and you think that you don't know what's happening. You're thinking in your mind, how is he gonna find his daughter? It's like a mystery film done right with very intense music, and John Joy was freaking awesome in this film, and I can't wait to see him in more acting roles. And yeah, that's my take on Searching. It's a great time. Uh, it's a very serious time, but it's a great time. My next movie will be Mission Impossible Fallout is the best action movie that came out this year. The movie is very intense. You don't know what's going on. There's a lot of plot twists in this film. A lot of intense moments. A lot of great Tom Cruise stunts, like the helicopter one, or the one that he breaks his ankles, and you see a classic Tom Cruise run in this film. Rebecca Ferguson is very great with great acted in this film. Even the villain is very good. He has motives. Henry Cavill has motives to prevent Tom Cruise. If Tom Cruise does it bad, he has to kill him. As you see in the trailer, but yeah, the movie does have the same plot lines. Uh, Tom Cruise doesn't stop from a nuke, but from exploding. But like this movie is just really like I forgot about the storyline because I just kept watching this movie and loved the action sequences and loved the twists in this film, and they just mashed together to make a fantastic, great Mission Impossible movie. It's probably the best in the series. That's all I have to say. It's a great movie. I don't want to say too much about this film. I want y'all to check this movie out. My next movie will be Halloween is the best horror movie this year because Michael Myers does such a nice killing spree. It's very intense. Um, you gotta just give a shit about each character. Um, Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode is fantastic. I love about Laurie Strode is she's very broken. She has PTSD about Michael Myers, and finally, Michael Myers escaped over these years. Now she has a chance to end Michael Myers for good, and she also really cares about her daughter, which she's training to make sure um, they're prepared when Michael Myers actually attacks them, um, which brings some good family drama in this film and some really emotional scenes in such a dark movie. Um, and Michael Myers' kills were actually really gruesome and very fun and entertaining to watch. Yeah. Number three. Avengers Infinity War. Of course, this is gonna be on my list. First of all, I love Josh Brolin as Thanos. Probably the best um Marvel villain because he's just collecting Infinity Stones as you tell at the Mind Stone. Anyways, um, I really like Thanos. I love how they displayed the other Avengers. Everyone's great in this film. The storyline concept is to prevent Thanos from getting all the Infinity Stones on his gauntlet, and just well, and prevent him from snapping his finger. Just raise half the population of the movie, and there's some plot twists in this film. Uh, there's some great character moments in this film, and man, this movie is very emotional and it could be funny. The movie is serious, but there's some funny jokes in this film that actually work with the tone of the movie, which is very interesting to see. And I can't wait until Endgame comes out. I might um, go in future in time and get the time stone so I can watch Endgame like right now. I'm just playing. My next spot will be Creed 2 is a great sequel to the first Creed movie. Things I like about this movie. Uh, well, Greed, as Adonis Greed wants to carry his father's legacy. On the other side, even Drago wants Victor Drago to rewrite his history so they won't look like losers in Russia because let's face it, when even Drago lost to Rocky in the fourth Rocky movie, um, he lost a lot of respect from his own people. That's kind of minor spoiler to Rocky 4, but it's not a good movie. So why bother talk about Rocky 4 and talk about Greed 2? Um, the montages of Michael B. Jordan training for this fight. Also, Tessa Thompson is great as Adonis Creed's love interest in this film. Adonis Creed has a lot in his line because if he loses his fight, well, he doesn't rewrite his father's history, and also he has his um wife with a child, and that brings a lot of emotional moments, and you really want Creed to win in this film, even though Victor Drago is suffering the same thing because he wants to. Victor Drago wants to make his own father proud, which makes both sides very emotionally great when they fight. In the end, the finale is great. All the boxing matches are really nicely shot. The score of the film is good, and the album was killer great. That's all I have to say about this film. Man, number two best movie of the year. Hands down. Hands down. When number one is Rolling Animation. My number one best movie of the year. Oh, you already saw it. Spider-Man Into Spider-Verse. I love everything about this movie. This movie is literally perfect. First of all, I like the unique animations of this film. I love the storytelling of this film. I love Miles Morales and Andy Davis. Chemistry in this film. Charlie Moore was great in this film with Marshala Ali. They have fantastic chemistry. I like Haley Stanfield as Spider Quinn. She was also great in Bumblebee, which was my number 7 ranked. Um, I loved how they bring all the different Spider-Mans in this film, and it doesn't feel any cheesy or any meshed in together. It's well paced, and this movie delivers the best movie of the year because it did something very difficult and nailed in the coffin and made a great movie out of this. Um, and so much fun to watch all these characters. While there's fun moments, there is some very serious moments in this film that that hits me in the heart, and it's a very relatable movie because I'm in college now. Miles Morales is in college now, so overall, love this movie. It is my number one best movie for a reason. And make sure to like, subscribe. Oh, one sec. Another thing. I probably don't do my worst movies list because realistically, I didn't see a lot of movies that I hated. I only hate like 5 movies this year, which I don't see the point of making a top 10 worst movies list. I'm gonna do my honorable mentions list of movies that I couldn't put on this list. I want to go a little in depth in that. I didn't want to make this video too long. Also, I'm gonna rank all 8 comic book movies that came out this year. And now make sure to like, subscribe, and peace. Yeah.